Where were you born?
Orlando, Florida, and 33rd.
Still reside in Orlando today?
Yeah, yeah, I reside in Orlando.
Growing up, what was that like for you? Can you paint that picture for us?
Shit was like, it was tough. It was tough. I was born in jail, literally. My mom went on labor with me in the county jail. So, like, ever since then, it's just been rugged. So I was gave up at like 2 days old, and I was adopted since then up until I was like 8. And, you know, this is like growing up where I'm from, Orlando, Florida. I'm from Crosstown, Paramount, Florida. So, like, on Paramount Avenue, like, just the hood, the project, the ghetto, like, you know what I'm saying, just rough. Wasn't shit good about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, child services and all this extra shit, not having nothing, and, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I finally got reunited with my mama, like, she went back to prison, so it was just me, my older sister, and my brother.
You reunite with your mother at 8 years old?
Yeah, my real mama.
How did that happen?
I get a phone call one day. I never forget this shit. I get a phone call one day, and I'm with my godmother, but which I looked at as my real mother. So, like, she called me and was like, "You know that ain't your real mama, right?" Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So she pulled up on me. I go over there for the weekend, and I don't never remember going back with my people that adopted me.
So, hindsight 2020, looking at how things played out, was it your mom wanting to get you back in her life? Was it the state saying, okay, you're free to go with your mom, or?
I think it was more of I think she did, but then I think she wasn't ready. You feel what I'm saying? I think she wanted me back in her life. Like, all of us was scattered everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We had some of my brothers and sisters this way, that way. I don't think she was really ready though, because as soon as she got us back, like, she went right back to prison.
What ended up happening with you guys?
When she left, she went to prison like unexpected, so we had the house. We had the house, and it was my 13-year-old sister. Around the time I was like 8, my little brother was like 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? And we was just there for like a couple years until we moved with my grandma. And my grandma actually stayed right across the street, but it was like do or die. We was still on our own. You know what I'm saying? It was just really like we got my 13-year-old sister taking care of us. You know what I'm saying? So we just really just rugged out this bitch. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, how is a 13-year-old taking care of you guys and you got to pay rent, you got to eat, you got to
see, my mama was like, my mama kind of back in the day, she was the shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she was doing her thing in the streets, whoop the whoop. So she had, you know what I'm saying, a lot of dudes that was on her trail. So she had white dudes dropping bags off and making sure the bills was getting paid. You know what I'm saying? It was just, you know, back in the 90s and shit like that, it was easier for money to get dropped off and shit like that, especially in the county jail. Like, I remember going visit my mom in the county jail, and she was fucking with the nigga. The nigga like used to hand her money up under the table, like, cause it was hand in hand. Now it's video visitation, but it was actually contact visits when in the 90s. You feel what I'm saying? So it was straight for a minute until them folks found out.
How much time did your mom have to actually do in prison?
Like 2 years. 2 years all together. I don't know how much time she done did all together. I ain't really never asked.
Do you remember what she was getting locked up for?
All type of shit. You name it. You name it. Aggravated assault, attempts, all type of shit. I don't even remember. Drugs, guns, all type of shit.
When she was locked up in prison, though, it was state prison, it wasn't federal.
No, it was state prison. Yeah, I remember going up there one time to visit her and shit.
And I asked you what she was getting locked up for. I guess I should have been a little bit more specific and said, well, you know, what, because charges can be beaten, and some charges can stick. I should have asked you what charges, I guess, actually stuck that she actually had done.
I don't even know, bro. I was so young, and like, I never just went back And just, you know what I'm saying, I just knew she wasn't shit to be fucked up with. She was kind of like, she was one of them people in the streets, like, that had a name out there, you feel what I'm saying? So I really never asked. She
Now,
just taught us early.
After you come back into her life, she comes into the picture at 8 years old. Was that 2-year prison bid the only time she actually did prison after that point in your life?
Yeah. After that, yeah.
So that was her last time going to prison.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, she was, after when she came home that time, like, I had done got so immune to doing me and shit, like, but she was really trying to be in our life and shit like that, but, you know, after a while, it just had done got too late.
Do you remember when she actually came home after the 2 years? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah, I remember that shit like yesterday. We was staying with my grandma on Grand Street, and her boyfriend had like a gold Cadillac. I never forget this shit. And they pull up, and my grandma was like, "Your mama," how she said it, she was like, "Your mama out the door." You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, shit, like what you telling me? I ain't going. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I don't want to go. You feel what I'm saying? But she came home and she pulled up, oh, whoop the whoop. Like, man, I just wasn't feeling that shit. I wasn't feeling that shit. Like, that's what it was.
When she comes home, and you're still a young kid, probably 10 or 11 at that time when she comes home, she treats you like a parent, I would assume, right?
Yeah, she did everything. I ain't gonna lie, like, she had no stepped up. She had no, got off drugs and all that shit like that. She was trying, but it just like, you know, after a while, you gotta really try to like regain everything. You gotta build everything up. It just was like too late. So we still moved with her and let her try and shit like that.
Was it emotional at all, that first time seeing her after 2 years for you?
Bro, growing up, Uncle, you don't have no emotions. You don't have no, it was emotion like leaving from my God people and shit like that. Like the people that raised me, that was the emotional part.
Mm. While she was locked up those 2 years, did you keep a close relationship with her?
Yeah, I went and seen her one time and we were writing her and shit. Other than that, that's all I remember really.
And do you remember what the actual charge that she goes to the prison sentence for that particular instance?
I ain't even really never asked.
Mm. You mentioned your mom in this conversation. What happened to your father?
Oh, my daddy downstairs. My daddy, that's my boy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's downstairs in the lobby of this building.
Yeah. We like Phineas and Ferb. Shit, like, you know, that's my boy there. He gonna rock, I'm gonna roll.
Now, explain how this works then, because, you know, you get, well, all right, your parents split at some point, I assume.
They weren't never together. This shit is, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm bound, thank you, man. They fought and going on with about their business.
But when you get into the adoptive family, why not live with dad instead of the adoptive process?
My daddy was in prison too.
Oh,
my daddy was in and out of prison too. Both of my daddy and my mama was from the streets. You feel what I'm saying? My daddy had his own thing going on. My mama had her own thing going on. You know what I'm saying? I think my daddy did like 13 years in prison all together. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no cakewalk for me. And me, it's crazy how I got with my God people, because these some folks that never knew none of my people. Like my grandma worked with this lady, and my mama went to prison, and my mama kept having all these kids, so she kept dropping them off on my grandma. So whoop the whoop, whoop bam, my grandma working with this lady, and she was like, I want a little boy, and that was it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got passed off to a coworker. It's crazy shit. Yeah.
I've never heard of a story like this before.
Yeah, bro.
Now, your dad does 13 years, put it all together. State prison, federal prison?
State prison. Mm-hmm.
And do you know what he was locked up for? Charges that stuck, maybe.
Nah, I really ain't never asked either. Like, shit. I just knew he was always locked up.
When does your dad come back into your life? And
He always been in there, but like I always knew who my daddy was, but I always knew like when he got locked up too, cause he'd get ghosts. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I was in tune with his side of the family, like his sisters and shit, my aunties, or whatever. So they'll let me know. Boom, they'll come around and tell me what's going on. But it like really just I ain't know. I just know he was gone somewhere because he'll get ghosts sometimes, like for a long period of time, or a little short period of time. But I knew that it was something. Cause one thing about it, when he out and he gonna come find me.
do you ever live with him during you growing up, those years of you growing up? Or is there any times where you actually stay with your father?
Yeah, like for little short periods of time though. Cause I say like my mom, my dad, they in the streets, so they was in the streets. So it was just like, well, bam, thank you, man. Like it was just here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Pop gotta make a move and slide off. So it was just like that. Like sometimes everything will be motherfucking macaroni and collard greens, and next day it'd be noodles and bread. You feel what I'm saying?
But good relationship with both at this point.
Yeah, we cool. We straight. Me and my daddy, like, you know, that's my best friend. Me and my real mama, we trying to get there. And then, you know, my godmama, she died in 2013.
What about the adoptive family?
Yeah, she died. She died. My sisters, I still keep in contact with them. We real close. I got one sister that stay in Pensacola, and then two sisters that stay in Orlando.
So for clarification's sake, because I could be mistaken or confused here. When you said godparents, or
Adopted, same shit.
oh, that was the actual adoptive
yeah,
parents.
yeah.
Okay, got you. So they actually call you one day and say, you know,
No, my real mama called me, called my godmama phone, my adopted mama phone, and was like, that's the house phone. And I remember she calling me in there and telling me to pick the phone up. She like, my real mama was like, you know that ain't your mama, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you had no idea. You thought for the longest that was.
yeah, I was fucked up for a minute. Like, I just didn't even really know nothing like that. I knew my grandma. I knew who my grandma was. I knew who my daddy was. But my mama, it was just so much confusion going on. I didn't know. You feel what I'm saying? So then when she took me from them, and she called and tell me this shit, and then I leave with them for the weekend and then never come back, that's what fucked me up.
Now, she passes away, your godmother. She passes away at some point. Do you remember what age you were when she passed away?
Man, I was
You left at 8 years old.
I was 23 when she passed away, bro.
Okay.
That was one of the roughest times in my life. You feel what I'm saying? Cause she died January 4th, 2013. Never forget that shit. I'll never forget the phone call. I leave off. Crazy cause she had got sick like December. She was already sick. She came 2012, my birthday, June 28th. She came tell me like she was sick, but she didn't tell me that them folks had gave her like 6 months to live. You feel what I'm saying? So when she come tell me, like she come down here to Orlando, but she go down to Orlando, tell me what's going on, whoop, but she didn't tell me she was finna die. You feel what I'm saying? So when I go to the hospital in Pensacola that December, like I'm getting ready to drop my first mixtape. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm finna do this. I got an album release party. I got a mixtape release party. I got my documentary finna drop, all this shit like this. Then I get this phone call talking about shoot to Pensacola right now. It's bad. You feel what I'm saying? So I go to Pensacola. I stayed there for like a week. And I ain't never been, I was so like fucked up in the head, bro. I go out that bitch, I get drunk. I'm on beans, all type of shit, just like trying to cope with the shit. And for some reason, she told me to leave. She told me to go home, get my money right, and come back. But I come home for a couple days, and as soon as I'm getting ready to go back, phone rang, my mama just died. And that shit was so fucked up. Cause it was like, damn, like, this the lady that raised me, you know what I'm saying? And to her, I was her only son. You feel what I'm saying? After that shit, like I say, this is the roughest time of my life, cause 12 days later, my studio gets shot up by the police. 12 days later, my studio get shot up, and my best friend get killed. The same dude that's calling me on the road, asking me, bro, you straight, you good. How you know what I'm saying? How the funeral went, this. I come back, I went home 2 days, bro, and the police come and shoot my studio up.
Why?
You never know, bro. Like, I never knew the true story. Like, first they said they had a tip. The news said they had a tip that we had drugs and guns in the building. The second story was like, the neighbor called, which was an old ass racist ass white man. He called and said the music was too loud, but bitch, we in the studio. Now mind you, we living in the studio too, me and my dogs though. And then the third story, they said they had an informant say that we had 10 pounds in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? He seen 10 pounds and they gave him probable cause to come hit that bitch. And I think of one more story, like they said they came to knock and talk or some shit like that. That's what they call it, knock and talk.
Knock and talk, what does that mean?
They knock on the door and they want you to come out and talk to them. You feel what I'm saying? But when they say they knocked on the door, they say my dog opened the door with a gun. So they opened fire. But, you know what I'm saying? If you ask anybody that was in the studio, they shot through the window. And they put my boy in handcuffs and let him bleed out. And the shit was so fucked up. Everything was so illegal that they did. We had a law in the city passed that the police couldn't, like, OPD can't come hit your shit after dark. You know what I'm saying? Just because it was so fucked up how they did shit. They never had no warrant to come. They never went to the judge and got anything passed to hit no house or none of that shit. They never let their chief know they was coming. It was just a bunch of dickheads in that area that was patrolling that area, linked up and came and hit that shit by themselves. So basically, my boy got Trayvon Martin, you know what I'm saying, in my studio, like, blood on my hands, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, shit so fucked up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit right here, the hustle be the game, gamble be the name, Franklin be the game, money fast never change. Like, I found this man lyrics with his blood on it when I got back to the studio, cause I went to go pick my CDs up. I come back, man, this man dead. My other dog was in that bitch shot. Everybody in that bitch traumatized. They don't even know what's going on, cause when the police fire the studio up, they think they getting robbed. They don't even know that's the police out the door. So what if them boy would have fired back? Everybody would have been dead.
And if you were present at the studio, you could have been hit.
I know I was gonna be dead because I would have fired off. I already knew what time it was. Like, if them folk would have came there and I would have thought that a bitch trying to rob, man, we gonna fire the bitch up. We gonna bang out. That's all that's gonna happen. We gonna bang out.
Now, how did your godmother pass away? What was the actual cause? Was it cancer? Was it something else? Because they said she had 6 months to live, but do you know what actually caused her death?
Yeah, I do. My mama died of HIV. Yeah, my mama died of HIV, bro. And she went to Pensacola and met this nigga or whatever. And she was with the dude or whatever. Like, mind you, my mama was a pretty lady, like real pretty, real good hair, like dark skin with like real long, pretty hair and all that shit like that. So, you know, she was very attractive. She started fucking with this clown ass nigga, like, and he get my mama sick and tricked her. Like, you know what I'm saying? She told me everything, like, how the dude had her taking these vitamins and all type of shit, and she go to the, damn, it's crazy, cause I never talked about this shit before, but she go to the doctor Well, he had her taking these vitamins, and she just got real sick, and she never knew why she got sick. So she had to went and got tested, and they told her. You know what I'm saying? Around this time, when they told her this shit, when I found out, you know what I'm saying, my sisters them had to get me together and tell me this shit. Like, they told her this shit, it was fucked up. Cause I actually, when I found out my mom was sick, I actually moved up there where she was at, and me being young and dumb, I used to ask her all the time, like, mama, just tell me where the nigga at. You know what I'm saying? Just like, tell me where he at. Let me go smoke him. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all that was on my mind. And she kept saying, just baby, give it to God. This was written in the book. And for a minute, I just didn't understand that shit. Like, and bitch, nigga, if you still alive, boy, I swear to God. You watch that interview, I swear to God, I hope you fried, boy. Better be lucky, I don't know.
HIV is serious. Have you been tested for it just to make sure?
Hell yeah. I got too many kids, first of all. Second of all, I stay locked up too many times, so bitch, you know you got to run it enough. You got to run it enough. And I just got to know anyway.
What was, you experiencing the death of your godmother, I mean, your best friend, maybe others.
Oh, yeah.
Which one was the most impactful death in your life?
Oh, my little brother, Boosie. This just happened, like 3 years ago.
Biological brother, or are you just using the phrase brother?
There's somebody I took in and been raised, like, you know what I'm saying, for years. Don't have him up under my wing. So, Boosie died when he was, 19? And I've been knowing him like he was 13. So, just like my brother. You feel what I'm saying? Couldn't nothing else like bring us closer. Yeah, but he was going down. He was going down in the project, whatever you want to call it. That was the biggest thing that like changed my life. That fucked me up bad.
Why?
Cause like, you know, if you ever like the type of dude I am, bro, I'm the type of nigga that look at a nigga and see change in somebody. Like, I try to give somebody a chance. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Niggas just like real deal, like, don't understand. Like, some people just give up on people. That ain't me. I met bro in the barbershop. I used to cut hair. Like, right when my mama died, I started cutting hair. You feel what I'm saying? And he was on probation. He used to have to come sweep up the shop and shit like that. And he used to always walk around with his red flag in his back pocket. And he'd go be hitting houses and shit like that, breaking it. So he was already fucked up on burglaries and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I just used to tell her, that's when I had just started taking my music serious. So I used to tell her, bro, like, boy, legit, I used to cut it out for free. You know what I'm saying? Make him put his flag all the way in his pocket. I ain't want to see that shit. You feel what I'm saying? The way we bang is on some whole other shit. Like, if we gonna bang, like, you gonna bang on some real deal shit. Go get you some money. You ain't gotta take nothing from nobody, none of that. We gonna grind for it. You know what I'm saying? So, me giving him that chance and telling him, like, bro, when I get right, I'm gonna make sure you right. And as soon as I left the barbershop and got right, I found Jit. You feel what I'm saying? I found him, Scotty. Him and Scooter was the first two, but it was on the popping from there. Like, as soon as I got the name, as soon as I got, like, blew up and all that shit like that, in my city, like, I'm big out there. You feel what I'm saying? I just made sure them boys were straight. And my number one rule was, you couldn't come to the spot, you couldn't come to the trap unless you go to school that day. So I get up early in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. I signed them boys up for school. I got them boys school clothes. Used to get them boys money. You know what I'm saying? However, throw them a pack. That's what it was, like, you know what I'm saying? And for a nigga to take him from me, it's like taking something from me. You feel what I'm saying?
Did they ever find out who killed him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That person ended up getting locked up?
That boy gone. That boy out of here.
Now, how did you find out about his death?
Bro, he died a block away from my house. just left my house. And they called my phone and I was like, bruh, Boosie just got shot. How the fuck Boosie just got shot, bruh? Just left. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, Boosie ain't, man? I literally, bro, I started running down the block. My cousin them had to jump in the car and put me in the car, cause I'm running. I get down that bitch, they put him in the ambulance. Everybody out there bitch crying and shit. And so we get to the hospital. My city, we gang related. My whole little clique, they got us gang related. So they had the hospital on lock. We could not go in that bitch. We had to stand out the door for a couple hours. So that's like, that was more fucked up, not even knowing what the fuck going on.
Now, when it comes to these deaths, your godmother, Boosie, were you able to attend any of their funerals?
Yeah, I went. Boosie, I actually buried Boosie. Like, grabbed the shovel and threw the dirt on him, type shit.
How have you coped with these deaths? And these are 2 or 3 you named right here. I mean, I'm sure there could be other deaths that you've
Oh yeah, it's been wicked.
endured. But how did you cope with the death of your godmother, the death of Boosie?
Bro, you really can't. But it's just like putting a Band-Aid on the scar and trying to, you know what I'm saying, waiting for it to heal. But this is a scar that don't heal. You know what I'm saying? This is a scar that just make you go harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, this the time where you just really pushing the go button. One of my interviews, I said, like, I took that pain, that pressure, and I put it in the money machine and just made me some money off of it. Like, I just learned how to maximize my craft with the pain. You feel what I'm saying?
Ever seen a counselor for this stuff? Ever sought therapy for stuff like this?
I at one point I did. I really thought I really needed it at one point because I done tried to OD. I done OD'd and everything out this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Late side, everything, bro. Checked in and I done lost my noodle behind this shit. But it's just like only thing that made me go harder is my children, my kids. You feel what I'm saying? That's the only thing that just made me not give up. Other than that, I would have been checked out.
Do you need it? Counseling, therapy, things of that nature at this point?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I do. I think I do, bro.
You OD'd by mistake. You weren't trying to off yourself.
Nah, I was really just trying to cope with it. I was on Xans real bad. And one night, I had bought a little party pack, and I was taking them bitches, and it just like, them bitches ain't seen to kick in, but not knowing that these particular Xans was time release. So before I knew it, I had took like 11 of them bitches, and shit, that was it.
What ended up happening? Ambulance comes and scoops you up to the hospital type of thing?
Nah, really, nah, hell nah. I passed out. I walked the lakeside. I was at actually I was doing a walkthrough for a JIT birthday party. And I was doing the Sweet 16, and the facility for like the mental institute was right next door. And I went there, passed out, and then I don't know what happened after that.
And when it comes to Boosie, was he considered like a best friend to you? How would you, I guess you'd say brother. I know you use that term.
Yeah, that's best friend, like little brother. Like me and Boosie, okay, the main niggas in my clique is Boosie, Scotty, Ron, Baby Boo, Bam. But Scooter and Ron, these niggas look just alike. If you ain't know them boys, you'll think one of them was one of them. Like, but me and Boosie, we look just alike. You feel what I'm saying? So, bro, it be time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just everybody like, that's Tonii Boii, little brother. Every time you see Tonii Boii, you see him. You feel what I'm saying? From the shows, we get on stage, Boosie go, I'm gonna give Boosie the mic and let him sing my verses. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit. Like, Boosie wore my drawers, wore my clothes, wore my shoes, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this a nigga I really had up under my wing. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just like, you really just can't tell me this ain't my brother. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody could tell me that wasn't my little brother. And you know what I'm saying? That's all he knew. I got messages in my phone from his Facebook right now, like, big bro, like, you need to do this. Or big bro, thank you so much. And big bro, I've been staying down like you told me to. Big bro, you gonna come get me for school? Like this type of shit like that.
Somebody experiencing the death of a best friend, and circumstances could be different for everybody, but anything you would say to somebody watching this interview, hearing your story, and maybe going through similar motions, they just lost their best friend. Anything you would say to somebody like that?
Hug that nigga while he here, bro. And every day, just let that nigga know you love him, like, you know what I'm saying? Let that nigga know you love him, bro, for real, bro.
He did music also?
He did a little something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he did a little something, but it wasn't really nothing like that. Like, it wasn't nothing major. He had a little shit going on back in the day when he was a jit, but nothing like that.
You collabed with him? Is there music with you and him?
Nah, just videos and shit.
What do you miss the most about him?
Just like the positive vibe, bro. Like, I could say one time, like sometimes on the show, like show night, we done been about like 2-3 bottles and shit. So I was like, Boosie, fuck that, damn, we gotta leave, bro, damn, I let the book, I gotta leave the bottle here. And Boosie be like, man, fuck that, I'm finna walk out with that bitch. He'll put that bitch in their pants and he'll come out the club like, T-Boy, big bro, I got that bitch, fuck that, we finna go home and get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Or he'll, it just, every time you seen him, brother, man was happy, bro. He just always happy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Never know. Now, he had that time when he'll turn up, but most of the time you see Boosie, he be happy. Boy, you got me fucked up. One time we went to a show when the rapper Boosie had just came home in Daytona, and a nigga, his security was trying to charge my little brother to take a picture with him. So he turned up, he like, man, fuck that shit, I'm the real Boosie anyway, I don't want to take a picture with that nigga anyway. Like, he just gonna snap it. So it's just like them little moments like that, you know what I'm saying, you just always gonna remember.
Do you have a favorite memory of him, or was one of those moments you just shared your favorite memory of him?
Yeah, man, my favorite memory, like I say, all my little clique gang related, so they got us, every time there was something going on, like a showtime, we always get arrested right before the show or some shit for a bitch, you know what I'm saying? It's like a day before the show or some shit, like we know we finna go to jail. Like, it's just, that's crazy as fuck. Like, we just know the police finna hit. So this particular day, Boosie young, like, so he go to JDC. So, you know, you ain't got no bond. You either gotta do 21 days or a bitch gotta come sign you out. So he had got high the day he went to jail. He went to juvenile. So he was like, he called my phone and like, big bro. What up, Boosie? Boy, them folks don't got me. Come bond me out, bro. I'm like, bitch, you ain't got no bond. You in JDC, how the fuck I'ma bond you out? So we go, I pull up in the rain. It's pouring down rain. I go sign him out. Me and my brother Ben go sign him out. He like, boy, I swear to God, boy, I thought my bond was gonna be about 3-4 rats, boy. Boosie, you know, you don't have to pay to get out of juvenile, right, bro? We just had to sign you out. And that was just like one of the moments, like, bitch, I'll never forget that shit. That was just one of the, we just left that bitch and turned up.
Did his death change the direction of your music at all?
Oh yeah, definitely.
In what ways?
You started to hear it in my music. You knew something was wrong with me. you can, if you hear some of my old songs, like, well, when I dropped the blood of my brothers, you know what I'm saying? My front cover, it was like Boosie, my mama name, everybody's name in the cover. And then on the back of it, you can see us carrying Boosie out of the church. And then some of the songs, you can actually, if you listen to them, you can hear me crying in them. Like, to this day, if I do a song right now about Boosie, like my new tape, Paid in Full 2, you hear the mixtape, Letter to Boosie. If you really listen to it, you can hear me tearing up and like hear it in my voice that I start crying in the booth. You know what I'm saying? Cause it don't be no shit I wrote, it be off the chest. So, you know what I'm saying, that's what it be like.
And you kept all that in the recordings. You didn't try to re-record it so it doesn't hear your emotions or your crying and things of that nature. Why? Some people might try to perfect it so they don't have to hear this stuff in the
Cause I want you to know this shit real. I want you to know that everybody ain't out here big capping and just rapping. Some people really put that pain in that shit, bro. I got some shit to tell you. I got some shit to tell you what I've been through, cause it's really real.
That song, Letter to Boosie, that song is just all about him?
Yeah.
How long after his death did you create that song? Do you remember? Was it?
This was just recently. I just recorded this a couple months ago. But every tape since he died, I think I got like 3 songs dedicated to Boosie. But every song I have recorded and every day since he died, I done said, get up, Boosie. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people ask me, am I talking about the rapper Boosie? Get up, Boosie is a slogan that was put, my partner, he when he seen Boosie on the ground, he kept telling Boosie to get up. And that was the last thing he said to him. So when we hashtagged it, we ran with it. It's August 23rd of 2016 till today. I done said, get up, Boosie every day. All my fans now, you know what I'm saying, the new fans that I gained, when they see me, they say, get up, Boosie. You know what I'm saying? I say it on every track. I say it in every song, every day since that day. I've said, get up, Boosie, for the last 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And I got 3 songs like really dedicated to him.
The first song that was dedicated to him, what was that song? Well, actually, what are the 3 songs? Letter to Boosie's 1 so far, but what are the names of the other songs? If people want to hear them, they could find them.
The 3 songs, the first song called Blood of My Brother. The second song called Get Up, Boosie. And the third song is Letter to Boosie.
But Blood of My Brothers, was that fully dedicated to Boosie, or that was about other people as well?
It was dedicated to Boosie, but I just threw some people up in there, like, you know what I'm saying? But Blood of My Brother was really like dedicated to him, but just telling you like, it's up.
How long after his death was that first song, Blood of My Brothers, recorded? If you can think back for chronological purposes here.
He died in August, probably like October, like 2 months later. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me take my music serious. I had done gave up on that shit. I had done gave up on everything before that, even before he died.
What got you to restart music again?
His death. His death made me like, that was one of my biggest fans. Like, I got so many videos of it just hanging, and he singing my shit word for word. Like, bro, you raw than these other niggas, you need to hurry up and drop. You know what I'm saying?
That first song, Blood of My Brothers, did that song, when you were recording it and creating it, was it ever a point where it became too much to finish? Like, maybe the song would have never gotten complete?
It was a point in that when I was in the studio, like, I was like, I stopped recording, and I just had to like catch my breath and shit like that. But I record drunk. Every song I do, I be dead ass drunk.
Why?
That's how I catch my vibe. I don't know what it is. Like, I got to have me some Remy before I start rapping. If not, I'm gonna be thinking about too much shit, and it ain't gonna come out right.
Now, you creating this song 2 months after his death, Was that too soon to create a song like that? How does one know the right time to make a song about a person's death? Is it ever too soon or too late?
I don't know, bro. I don't think it was too soon. I don't think it was too late. I just like, I don't know, bro. I really don't know how I did that. It was kind of hard, but you know, I just did it. You feel what I'm saying? Everything was dedicated to him after that.
How did his family react to that song?
It's crazy because when I go record, when I'm doing the sessions, his mama come to my studio, come to the studio session, and she just bust out crying, bro. You know what I'm saying? And she'll hug my neck. Sometimes she just stare at me and like didn't want me to leave because I told her we look just alike. So she'll call me Boosie sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's weird, bro. It's weird. And then him leaving his little brother out here, like, I had to take that role of like playing the big brother to him, you feel what I'm saying? Because his brother gone.
How did Boosie's mom react to that first song, though, Blood of My Brothers?
Tears.
Did you?
It's always tears.
Did you actually make a music video for that song?
Mm-mm. I got locked up.
Oh. What about the other two songs about him? Did you ever make a music video?
Nah, I always get locked up. That tape, as soon as I dropped the tape, I violated probation.
What do you think he would think of where you're at in your music career at this point?
Where do I think I'm at now?
No, what do you think Boosie would think about where you're at in your music career at this point?
Oh, that boy think I'm up there with Jeezy them right now. He'll think I'm, we finna be rich, boy. That's all that nigga gonna say right now, bro. That's all that nigga say. Oh, we don't made it, bro. We don't made it. How he'll feel right now, especially if he knew we was up here with you. Oh yeah, that boy would have freaked out. And we in Atlanta with it. That boy would have freaked out. That boy would have freaked out. I'm talking about, you couldn't even tell him he couldn't come upstairs. You got me fucked up. Yeah, he would have tripped.